Hey, what's up, my Dragon Legion? How y'all been? So, the Dragoons. Hey, we're gonna be doing a CardFight Vanguard deck profile today of a deck I've been kind of messing around with as of late. Now, as we all know, Eradicators do have a more popular build style and probably a lot more efficient build style than this build right here I'm about to showcase right here, which is obviously the Sweet Command Eradicator build. And I already did a Sweet Command Eradicator build not too long ago. I'll leave a link in the description down below for those of you who want to check that deck profile out and all that such. Now, anyways, this is more of a more mellow, slowish, yet more heavy-hitting build style of that build right here. And that is a Gauntlet Buster Stride Eradicator deck profile right now. Now, the ideal goal of this deck right here is obviously, as we all know, how Gauntlet Buster is known to be when it comes to Eradicators in general, have heavy amount of power and have heavy amount of critical power as well. So when you go in and swing with that big, huge, heavy amount of damage, you will deal in those massive power damage right to your opponent, and then you could potentially go in with that one turn win right there by just swinging with that big, huge, powerful, heavy-duty, aggressive attack right there. So yeah, I did take some notes from that build right there, the Sweet Command build, and then try to put a little twist to it to the Gauntlet Buster build and see how well the build will work out here and there once we work out the final pieces here and there. So yeah, so I'll be explaining my choices here and there just in case of the build doesn't really seem 100% what's the word I want to think about? Doesn't seem that well explained. There we go. Doesn't really seem explained for you all in case something like that comes up as such. And yeah. Oh, as always, before I forget, as always, for those of you who are just here at NetDeck, I did leave the deck list in the description down below. For those of you all who are just here at NetDeck, I only ask that you drop a like on your way out. It means a lot to me and it's very appreciative. And with that being said, let's move on straight into the deck profile right now. So, start out with your Forerunner, start out with your Ambush Dragon Eradicator Lelouch. Your ideal Forerunner for most versions of Eradicators normally. Now, obviously, if this was a Sweet Command build, this would definitely be a much different build style, different Forerunner than as you all see right here such. But he's just there for the nice interesting ability of when he's done boosting a Eradicator, rather than Vanguard Rearguard, and if the card he's boosting attacks a Vanguard, attacks a hit, you counterblast one, put him solo your Vanguard, and then retire any grade 1 Vanguard of your choice. So it's definitely a step up compared to Spark Kid Dragoon, because Spark Kid Dragoon can only hit Forerunners, whereas this guy can hit either Forerunners or Grade 1s, and there are some annoying Grade 1s you do want to take out with a card like this. So, all in all, it is a pretty interesting card in general, needless to say. And now for your trigger lineup, for the triggers, we have, of course, your 4 heals. No explanation needed why heals are so important, especially with Stride G Guardians now being a thing. Heals will definitely be a lot more important than they've ever been in the past. And then next up, we're doing the typical generic trigger lineup that most people occasionally do. The 4 draws and the 8 critical lineup right here such. And they're all Eradicator triggers even though this deck has been drawn more towards playing some little bit more non-Eradicators, it is important to still have at least a good portion of Eradicators, because you do have some abilities and skills that will occasionally require your damage to counterblast in order of the same subclan in order to be able to use the abilities. And while it's not bad to play non-subclan cards in the subclan deck-based deck, you do want to restrict your deck down to playing as much of the same subclan as you occasionally would do so, as much as you can, just so you can still go off some certain abilities here and there, while still not be afraid and don't be a little bashful to go off to being willing to get a little curious, try a little new, and be willing to try out some new Eradicators here, not Eradicators, some new cards here and there to go with the subclan card deck you are currently playing, or deck you're currently playing. And that's it for the trigger lineup. Now for the grade 1s, we play 4 of the Eradicator Perfect Guards, as I just explained earlier about the whole subclan thing. So regular Eradicator Perfect Guards will be just fine right here. Next up, 4 Mighty Bolt Dragoons, so you can have more Destroyed access. And next up, we played 4 copies of Deadly Eradicator Yahoos. Just a nice, interesting tech card for a deck like this right here. It has a nice ability where when you ride into a grade 3 Eradicator, you can pull this card from Rearguard to your solo, your Vanguard, and when you do, you can pop out one of your opponent's Rearguards right at the bat. So it definitely utilizes and combos off your Gauntlet Buster Dragon very well, because if your Gauntlet Buster Dragon is the Limit Break mode, you can go off popping off some Rearguards right there as such, and your Gauntlet Buster Dragon's Limit Break will allow it to gain 3k power and 1 critical for every time a Rearguard is retired. Sadly, this combo cannot go off with when you Stride, which is a bummer, because this card will come off your Gauntlet, your Stride Gauntlet Buster Dragon very nicely. But what do? We gotta play with the cards that we have with, no pun intended. And then to finish all the great ones, we have 4 Eradicator, Egglem Dracokid, or Eggy as I can call him short. Just a limit breaking nibbler. You can probably get away with playing only one of these guys, and deck will run just fine here and there. Such, I do like playing 2 right here because there are those games where I am forced right into my limit breaking nibbler when I go first and less such. And in case of that happens, I will still have at least one more, so I can have access to my limit breaking nibblers when something like that happens occasionally here and there. And that is it right there for the grade 1s. Now for the grade 2s. Now this is where we start playing a lot of non-eradicators in this deck right here. For the grade 2s, we have the 4 Dragonic Deathsyhce. Just a good generic Count Blast 2, retire grade 2 less rear guard. When he's plays a Vanguard rear guard circle. Just a really nice, interesting ability right here. Allow you to pop off some normal rear guards to your near light faster. And as I said earlier, it combos off your Gauntlet Buster Dragon and your Strike Gauntlet Buster Dragon very nicely, which is nice right there. Next up, we have 4 Voltage Horn Dragons. Just the fact that when he's attacking the Vanguard while he's being boosted by Narukami, you can Count Blast 1, make your opponent retire one of his or her rear guards of his or her choice, and then that rear guard's binding is very powerful. There's not really too many things where you can combo all with the binding mechanic really that often well, but it is an ability that still allows you to retire, and retiring rear guards is always very nice. And what's really useful about this ability is that since you're binding those cards, if you're up against a deck that's, let's say, Legion based, or a deck that does good with recycling and stuff here and there, this happens to be a good out to those annoying decks that happen to do those type of abilities here and there. And then the last of the grade 2s, we have 3 copies of Demonic Dragon Berserker Chakuras. Just nice, good grade 2 in general with this deck right here. When his attack is hit a Vanguard, you can Count Blast 1 if you do. His ability is when he gains 3,000 power while he's attacking the Vanguard, and as long as he's in the rear guard circle, of course. And his attack is a hit, you can Count Blast 1 to. Wait, does 3,000 power? Yeah, it's 3,000 power. And he keeps the ability when his attack is hit, Count Blast 1, draw a card, and bind a card for your opponent's drop zone for play. Now again, just like Voltage Horn Dragon, it's a nice ability where you can get rid of stuff from your opponent's drop zone and be able to proceed with your big, huge, powerful plays here and there. And yeah, just get some nice drawing out from the deck, so just you can get into what you really need the most into for this deck right here. So yeah. And that is it for the grade 2s. Now for the grade 3s, the ideal heart and soul of this deck right here. 4 copies of Eradicator Gauntlet Buster Dragon. A really nice not new, because obviously Eradicator's been around for a while. A beautiful grade 3 dragon in this deck right here. If it wasn't for Dragonic Decendent, this guy would be my #1 favorite card of the entire Eradicator sub-clan. His ability is Limit Break 4. If a rear guard of your opponent's side field has been retired because of one of your abilities, this card automatically gains 1 critical and 3,000 power. Also, he has the ability of Count Blast 2 Eradicators, 2 cards in your damage. If you do, your opponent retires one of his or her rear guards of their choice. Now this is a very powerful ability because the second ability, as we said earlier, it's definitely very good for early game in case your opponent has that one annoying rear guard you don't want to get rid of, and you just have this ability right there next to you just in case. And even if you don't get a loot break off when you go off with that third ability right off the bat, if you can pop all that rear guard really quickly, it can definitely allow you to push for game a little bit faster, a little more often and such. And yeah, but obviously you do want to get the limit break off. If you get the limit break off while you're getting your heavy retirement going, this card could potentially be at least 2,500 with 6 critical, and that is even in today's game, that is very powerful. A grade 3 Vanguard having 25 power and 6 or 7 crit total is a very heavy powerful Vanguard, and that's not even considering who's boosting him and what you will get on your twin drive. That is a very huge powerful ability, but mostly he's there as your Vanguard because you will be striking into your Gauntlet Buster Dragon in your strike, which I will get to very shortly, and he's mostly there for that. But if you do use this ability for what I just said earlier, he can be great for things like that such. And then lastly, 4 copies of Dragonic Descendant. Limit Break 4, if this attack is not hit, Count Blast 1, pitch 3 Eradicators, standing right back up and gets 1 critical, which is a very powerful ability. Also, he can counterblast 2 Eradicators in damage, and he'll gain 5,000 power to end of turn. Occasionally, I don't really use that ability too oftenly, because normally during the early game, I normally have a pretty good, decent booster when that happens. But it is good to have it close to you just in case. Obviously, he's more aggressive and more dangerous when he's able to get his accessibility to restand back up if his attack's not hit. And now and then, there are times where my opponent will on purposely let his attack be hit, just so they don't want to risk and have to deal with his restand ability with extra critical all over again, which is very powerful right here. And that is it for the main deck right there. Now for the strides. For the strides, this is supposed to be 4 copies of Lightning Dragon Dinosaurus. At the time this video is first being uploaded, I have already ordered my 2 copies of him, and my other 2 copies should be on his way, I think. Anyway, it's supposed to be 4 copies of Lightning Dragon. Just generic good on-hit ability, retire 1 rear guard of your opponent's choice, and 2 cards your opponent's drop zone gets binded. Nothing really too special about this nice ability, but also is a nice ability where when you retire the 2 rear guards, when you bind 2 rear guards for your opponent's drop zone, that's 2 less rear guards that your opponent can have that can be recycled back into their deck, which is nice. Next up, we have the 4 Conquest Dragon. Nothing really too special about this guy right here. By just flipping 1 copy of him up, you retire rear guard on your opponent's front row, and all your front row guys will gain 5,000 power for every open rear guard circle in front row that your opponent has on their side of the field, which is just gnarly insane. I wonder if Conquest went down in price. I don't know. I'll have to look up on that. But still a heavy-duty, powerful guy in general. And then 4 copies of the Idea Heart and Soul deck right here. 4 copies of True Eradicator, Finish Blow Dragon, not Gauntlet Buster Dragon, my apologies. 4 copies of Finish Blow Dragon. The ideal heart and soul of this deck right here is such. His ability is by counterblasting 1, I believe. No. There we go. His ability is counterblast 1 and choose a card face up damage on turn face up. So if you want, instead of flipping 1 up, my apologies for that. My battery died the last minute right there. We're out of nowhere. Anyways. What I was saying was, so it's a really nice powerful boss card for the entire deck right here. By just counterblasting 1 card and flipping any card face down, damage face up. So it doesn't have to be any another one copy of these cards. You can just flip, let's say your Lightning Dragonites instead if you want. And it gets the ability of, whenever one of your opponent's rear guards is retired because of one of your card effects, this card will gain 5k power and 1 critical until the end of turn, and it also gains the additional ability where after you activate this skill, it'll automatically gain the skill of your opponent retires one of his or her rear guards of his or her own choice. So right off the bat, this card becomes a heavy duty card for your opponent to deal with. So this card is 26 on its own right now, right? So activate this card's ability while you have Gauntlet Buster Dragon in its heart. Obviously, before you retire, get that final ability as I mentioned earlier, the whole retire 1 and such. By your opponent's choice, you specifically must have a Gauntlet Buster Dragon in your heart in order for you to use Finish Blow Dragon's ability to retire rear guard. Anyways, so let's just say you stride, activate this card's ability when you have Gauntlet Buster Dragon in your heart. That's counterblast 1 rear guard. That's 3100 power right there right at the back. Get your rear guards going, and let's say you retire at least at the minimum of 4 other rear guards total. So that's an additional 20k power right there. So this card will be swinging at your opponent's Vanguard with 51 power with 5 to 6 critical out of nowhere right there. And that's not even considering what you will get, how much more stronger he'll be if he's being boosted, and what you will get in your twin drive while he is attacking a triple drive while he is attacking as well. So he's a very heavy duty powerful card, and he can lead up to some very huge game-winning attacks and game-ending abilities right there and all that such. So yeah, very interesting powerful card right here such. And then finally, I don't have any G Guardians for Narukami just about yet. At the time this video is first being recorded, I did order some G Guardians, and there should be some G Guards on the way. I'll look down this deck list in the description down below for those of you who want to know what G Guardians I got for this deck right here. And yeah, Dragoons, that right there was my Eradicator Gauntlet Busted Stride deck profile. It is a work in progress. There are some things I'm going to work out of the deck here and there. Obviously, it's not as fast as the Super Command build, but for the most part, I am liking how the build works here and there. It does have some nice, decent winning ratios here and there, and I am liking with how the build does here and there. And with that being said, let me know, Dragoons, think about this deck profile in the comment section down below, and I will see Dragoons around. Hope you Dragoons enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and a favorite if you did, and share this video with other people. It really helps me out a lot. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Keep up with these updates about myself and the the channel, and subscribe today to become part of the Dragon Legion Alliance. And I'll see Dragoons another day. Christian Dragoon, signing out. Peace.